Hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. Today we are doing a sensitive topic, but super important, and it's on a third party situation. So, for any of you who are wondering, there might be a possibility of a third party situation. This reading is for you. And I'm gonna wait until people join. So right now I'm gonna shuffle the cards and I'm gonna break it apart in 3 piles. So this is gonna be pick a pile reading, and each pile will have a stone or a crystal. And then with whichever pile you'll be able to connect with, that's the pile for you. And I will have stamps later on. But welcome everyone. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Once again, third-party situation doesn't always have to mean that there's an affair going on. This could be just any type of interference in your connection. This could be a family member, friends. So take what resonates and the rest you can leave. Hello, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna break the piles. Okay, I'm gonna do pile number 1. So Mahesh, I'm doing pick a pile. So stick around, and you actually came at the right time. You're gonna choose the pile, the one that resonates with you the most. Okay. And then I'm gonna start doing the reading. So here we are. Welcome. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, so pile number 1 we have is Amethyst. Pile number 2 we have clear quartz. And then pile number 3 we have rose quartz. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining in, welcome. And we are doing a third-party situation pick a pile reading. So this is your moment to concentrate and take a deep breath and see which pile you connect with the most. So if we have time at the end of the readings, I can take specific questions. But this is pick a pile. Okay. All right, guys, I'll give you a few more moments to connect with the pile so we can get started. Pile number 3, okay. Okay, I love that. And I'm gonna do them in order. If you are connecting with a pile, definitely comment and let me know. Um, and we're going to get started in just a few seconds, okay? I just want to give it some time for other people. Pile number 3, okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna move pile number 2 and pile number 3 out of the way. And we're gonna get started on pile number 1. So pile number 1 is Amethyst. So for any of you who are connecting with this pile, we're gonna look into your third party situation. First, we're gonna look into how this person sees you or how they feel about you. Then we're gonna look into the third party situation, exactly what's going on, okay? All right, so make sure you concentrate on your person. Let's connect with this energy and let's see what is going on. Pile number 1. So first we're going to look into how this person sees you. All right, so your person sees you, and the way they feel about you is they definitely feel and know that this is one of a kind connection that the both of you have. And they love the fact that you bring stability into their life, and they love the fact that you are someone who's very just. And what I mean by that is like you're honest, and you know, you don't give them too much of a hard time. You can understand them, and you treat them as a human being, right? As a special human being. You make them feel special. So they really appreciate that about you. They also appreciate and love the fact that you just kind of have this easygoing aura about you. You know, every time they are around you, they feel light and they feel easy. They love life. They love the way that you live your life or how optimistic you are about your life, and the fact that you're able to just teach them stuff. You're a great teacher to them. They have learned a lot from you. And, you know, just how sweet and understanding you are, very patient with them. They also appreciate that fact. They also appreciate how spiritual you are, right? You definitely someone who is like one of the most spiritual people in their life, and you kind of go beyond the words, or you go beyond what's on earth, right? And you talk about, it could be religion, it could be about spirituality, but there's a message to your words, and every time you speak to your person, they learn something, and they just appreciate with the fact with how much wisdom you have, spirituality wisdom. Okay, let's see. Your person also knows that, you know, they cannot continue acting hot and cold with you. Um, they know that once you're done with someone, you're done with them forever. So they're definitely being very careful with how you perceive them, and they're being very careful with what they share with you. Um, and they also want to be able to provide for you, right? They also want to be that anchor for you in your life. And they're definitely working hard on themselves to make sure that they become, a better person or someone who's more financially secure that can provide you the life that you want. And they know you're someone who's very serious about marriage or just children. And, um, just being able to have that life that you want, they want to be ready for it, okay? So, this is how your person sees you in this situation. Now, we're going to look into if there's a third party or, what kind of third party situation we have. Okay, so right away, some of the concerns that you might have when it comes down to this person having a third party situation is that this person is pretty popular and they have a lot of friends, and they're very social, and they do tend to go out a lot. They tend to go out and socialize, and definitely more extroverted type of personality. Your person has, you're someone who's more laid back and more serious, and you like to stay in, read a book or catch up on house duties or just, focus on yourself. Um, your person likes to go out and they do have lots of friendships, and sometimes what happens with your person is they blur the lines when it comes down to friendships, of the opposite sex. Um, so it's almost like they definitely seek validation from other people. Um, that's something that even though they might have someone who is loyal and as committed as you are, they're still seeking outside validation because, there's something inside of them that they need to fill. Um, and unfortunately for them, one person doesn't quite do that. It's not enough. Okay. So, where I would be concerned when it comes down to this third party situation is, just how resistant your person will be when there's temptations, because there's a lot of temptation around your person. And, I see that they kind of put themselves out there because they want that attention and validation, not to necessarily cheat on you or not to necessarily, break up that connection that you guys have, but just to get like a validation on the friendship level. However, other people who are around your person might misconstrue that and they might think that your person is flirting with them. Or they might think that your person is ready to take it to the next level. So then, it ends up being kind of messy, and your person has to let other people know that, hey, there's nothing going on between the two of us. I am just this way, I'm just friendly, I'm just nice, but I'm not looking to get into anything. So your person definitely, um, sometimes can set boundaries with other people, and they do communicate that. However, I do feel like there might be a moment in their life where someone will come into their life who will, even though your person will communicate to them that, oh, there's nothing going on between us, this person will know how to kind of go around it and create a deep, meaningful, emotional connection, right? So there are people around your person, in particular, one person who just kind of wants to create emotional connection with your person, not physical, but emotional first. So they definitely have a plan um, to be able to become that someone your person can depend on, right? So they're definitely working on a plan, or they're already doing the actions of creating the emotional connection between your person and them. And, it does seem like they know what they're doing. They know how to connect to your person. They know what type of questions to ask. They know how to not, cross any boundaries that your person may have. So, and I do see that this person knows, this third party person, they know that your person is in a situation with you, or they know there's someone in their life, and it's not really stopping them, and they don't think that they're doing anything wrong, right? So this third party person is not thinking that what they're doing is wrong. They think that they're helping out your person. They think that the people in your person's life are not doing a good job, or um, they're basically um, projecting, and they're basically kind of making the wrong type of assumptions to make themselves feel better about what they really want to do, right? So they're this third party person, they know what they're doing is wrong. They're infringing. This is pile one. They're infringing on your person's personal type of life and boundaries. However, they're making up excuses in their head to make them feel better about what they're doing, okay? So we're gonna look into and see if if your person, how your person will react. And what I'm seeing is that the connection that you have with your person is definitely much, much stronger than anything else that's going outside of that. So I don't see your person really stepping out on you. However, I do see your person being blinded sometimes by other labels with the opposite sex, like friendship, and just it's just a get together. It's just a conversation. We're just I'm just getting to know the other person. I'm not really doing anything wrong. There's nothing physical happening. So my advice for you would be definitely communicate to your person what's not okay in this relationship for you. Be as specific as you can be. Let them know that even deeper friendships with the opposite sex you may not be okay with, or one-on-one time with another person of the opposite sex is not okay with you. And I feel like that some of you may have already have an idea what this third party person is, who this third party person is. So you can definitely set your boundaries with your person and let them know, because at the end of the day, what I see is that your person does love you, and your person does want to be with you. Um, they just haven't figured out how to navigate the relationship just yet, and there's a lot of temptations around them. And sometimes they might be tempted to try to develop another emotional connection because they seek so much validation. Okay, so that's my advice for you. Stay strong, know your power. You definitely have the upper hand over this third party situation. Okay, If this is something that has been weighing heavily on you, if you have, found some evidence of a third party situation, or if you feel like your person has overstepped the boundaries in this relationship, um, you can definitely then, choose yourself, um, and you could take a break, or kind of distance yourself, and have that conversation with your person about what's not okay and what's okay. And I can definitely tell this has created tension in this relationship for you. And but I don't think that everything is lost. I do think that there's definitely um a possibility of deep connection and future, and you have done a lot of work on yourself and on this relationship. So I don't see you walking away, and I don't think you necessarily have to walk away. But just make sure that you're very clear in your communication to your person, okay? All right, so that was a great pile, guys. Let me know if anyone had chosen pile number one and if it had resonated with you. And we are going to move on to pile two. Okay, we're going to move on to pile two. Thank you all so much for your comments. All right, so pile one is done. Perfect. Okay, so pile two, there was quite a few people who chose in pile two. Thank you so much for your patience. So pile two is the clear quartz. Okay, we're gonna look into pile two. So first we're gonna look into how your person sees you, or how they feel about you. And then we're gonna look into exactly what kind of third-party situation is happening. And then at the end, we're gonna look into like what's the advice for you. All right, let's see what pile number two has. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, royalty. Okay. So right away, how this person sees you, and how they're feeling, they can definitely tell that they have messed up. Okay, so I already see, um, you know, you're like at a breaking point, in this connection, in this relationship. So either you have found something out about a third party situation, and you like actually have the evidence, or there's been just so much piling up in this connection where you feel such a disconnect, and you feel so alone in this connection that it's really, you know, you're having a really hard time, right? You're wondering if this connection is even worth saving. So your person recognizes the fact that they have made you suffer, and this your person definitely recognizing that through their actions they have hurt you. They acknowledge that, in their mind. I don't know if they have communicated that to you. We can look into that, but they definitely realize that they have made a mistake. Okay, so if there was a third party situation already, and I feel like there was, um, they definitely realize that they have made a mistake, and they feel guilty about it. Um, and they wondering if this relationship could be saved. I do see that, this person is giving you lots of excuses about why they did what they did, about this third party situation. They're calling it. I feel like they almost like kind of brush it off in a way, and they're not giving you much details, or they're not like acknowledging it to you fully, even though they might feel the guilt and they know what they did in their heart, but I don't see them like telling you exactly what the truth is. So there's definitely a lot of lies, a lot of manipulation, a lot of unspoken truths. Um, it's like your person has thought or had decided that the grass is greener on the other side. So they have definitely, connected with someone and they're making it happen. And their excuse to you or their explanation to you is that, well, I was just not strong enough. Okay? I was just not strong enough. Or something took over me. I don't know what's really happening, or there's nothing going on. Oh, I messed up. Maybe it's okay. It happens. They're definitely trying to normalize the fact that what they did is super wrong, and it's a betrayal, right? So um, I feel like your person definitely doesn't realize just how much they have betrayed you and how much it hurts. And it seems like for you, to move forward would be easier if your person was truthful and if your person has admitted that they have, done something and they were able to tell you why, okay? But I do see that your person was just, they had, a moment of weakness in this connection. I see at some point you guys were arguing a lot. There was a lot of fighting, okay? And there was like a crack in this connection, and your person had a lot of doubt if this relationship is something that they want, or they had a doubt about how you feel about them, okay? And instead of turning to you and coming to you and, talking to you about their doubt or talking to you about a resolution for this conflict, they turn to someone else, okay? They turn to another person who was just nearby. This could be someone from their work, okay? Or like a mutual friend. This is someone that you unfortunately know, and and you know, for those of you who have an inkling that there's something going on, I can definitely confirm that there's definitely a third party situation. Um, and it's like it was almost, this third party situation was there at the right time. And when your person had a moment of weakness, they have, they stepped in. And I also see your person, talking to a third party about the problems that the both of you were having. So your person have confided in a third party person, and they have told them about the problems that the both of you have. And the third party took advantage of that, and they had used it to make themselves look better in your person's eyes, or kind of have the upper hand in this situation. Okay. So let's just see, let's look into this third party situation a little bit more, and let's see if there's, you know, what's really going on. Because sometimes it can look one way, but on the inside, it's definitely something different. Um, so what I see is that your person and the third party person has to play out their own karma. Okay? I don't see them being happy together. It's more like they're playing out a karma or playing out life lessons, right? They're have to go through this to be able to learn or to be able to complete their lesson. Okay, and obviously you will also have your own lessons to learn by going through the situation. Um, so it seems to me that no matter what has happened in this connection, this still would be the outcome. Even though, you might have you might have had you might have been like the most wonderful, perfect person for your person still would have cheated, or your person still would have had a third party situation because this is their karma and this is their life lesson. Okay, this is something that they have seen growing up. So this could be like they've seen the parents, one of the parents cheating on their partner, um, or they have your person has a mentality that it's okay to cheat. Your person has a mentality that you know you could have someone on the side and still be able to um, keep that connection, right? But unfortunately, they're gonna find out the hard way that that is not possible at all, okay? That the connection cannot sustain if you have a third party situation. It ruins everything. So, the rumors are getting back to your person, or you also hear the rumors, or someone might have told you something is happening and confirming as well. You can definitely just feel the grief, and the embarrassment that your person has brought upon you, and they definitely know the rumors too, and for some reason it's like everyone is talking about this but the two of you. Okay, you guys are not able to talk about this, so I see you're in denial about the situation, and your person is also in denial, and they don't feel the need to bring this up. I mean, they don't want to be found out. Your person doesn't want you to know what they're doing. They don't want you to have the confirmation. They want to keep it a secret, because even though they have cheated, or even though, they did what they did, they still feel like there's a chance to save this relationship, or you don't deserve to know. So it's about a mentality of your person, and it's about life lessons that they will have to learn in a very much harsh way, and I don't see your person really loving your third party, their third party person. I don't see, your person really caring for them. I think that your person has used the third party to feel better about themselves, or to just kind of confirm that they can get away with it, or to, play out their scenario that they have seen in the past. And it was almost like the mentality of like, let me do this and let me see if I can get away with this, okay? So it was definitely that type of mentality. So now everything is catching up to your person, and your person is not, um, there's no way of coming out of this for your person. I know and I can feel your energy that you're not gonna let them get away with it, and you shouldn't. Um, and I think under other circumstances, um, in a third party situation, it can be, solved, or the relationship can be saved. But in this particular situation, the energies that I'm picking up on, there's just like a disregard for you and a disregard for your relationship. And I feel like your person doesn't even respect themselves. And they just kind of like sleep around, or they just flirt, or they, go into third party situations without thinking of consequences. And they don't have any regard to you, and they don't have any regard to themselves, and they don't have any regard to other people. And it's a very unfortunate life and miserable life that they're living. On the inside, they're miserable. They're not happy with themselves. And I just want you to remember this has nothing to do with you. I know it's hard to process it and understand that, but once again, like, even if you were the perfect partner for your person, even if you are their soulmate, or the love of their life, they still would have done what they had to do, because that's their own life lesson. Their mentality has to change, and they have to go through this loss of you, or the loss of a relationship, or a temporarily separation, right? To be able to realize that when you have a connection with someone once in a lifetime, or when you have put in work in a relationship, that you need to honor it, and you need to make sure that you take care of it, that you just don't destroy it by having an affair. Okay, so they need to, your person, this is a lesson for them, that an affair ruins everything. That it's not like in the movies where you could get away with it. And a lot of people do get away with it, even in real life. But the universe is on your side. You have found out, you have the evidence, you have the confirmations, you heard the rumors. You can tell your person is being kind of, there's something going on, and you have the right to know the truth. Okay, you have every right to know the truth, and you have the right to have someone who honors you, and have a loyal partner, right? So hopefully I do see you, moving forward, from this relationship, or choosing yourself. And there's plenty of people who are able to stay loyal and true, and who are able to speak the truth, or at least, if they have made a mistake, they will, they will try to make it better. So there's a lot of ways to have a better relationship than this one. Okay. Let me know if this has resonated. So we just got done with pile 2. Let me know in the comments if this has resonated. And in 2 seconds, we're gonna move on to pile number 3. And welcome anyone who has joined for the first time. We're doing a third party situation. Pick a pile. There was three piles. This is the third pile and final pile. Pile two resonated. Good. I'm so glad. And I hope my message was helpful and the advice was also helpful. So let's move on to pile number three. There were a few people who wanted to see pile number three. And this is going to be for you. I appreciate all of your comments and all of your likes. So Richard, if you feel like you are resonating with pile number three, this could be, pile for you. You came at the right time. But if not, you can always watch this back, and in the beginning, I give you a moment to connect with one of the piles. There was three piles. But this is pile number three. Rose quartz. Okay. And first we're going to look into how your person sees you, how they're feeling. Then we're going to look into what kind of third party situation exactly it is. And then we're going to look into some advice. Okay, so if this is your pile, let me know in the comments. Okay, guys. Okay. So pile number three, what I'm seeing for you is that this is just in the beginning of your connection. You could be revisiting an old connection, but it's you're getting to know this person all over again, or it feels like you're getting to know them all over again. So they're still like developing, and for those of you who are reconnecting with an ex or like an old flame, it's been a long time, so you don't really know what to expect. And your person, definitely has a soft spot for you in their heart. They're have worked really hard to make sure that you even talk to them or you pay attention to them. So, they're feeling like there's a feeling like, will will you even take them seriously? Okay, so they're feeling like your person feels like you might not take them seriously because you have rejected them so many times, or because you have avoided them, or because you might have not wanted to have anything to do with them. So now they have this insecurity about you wanting them. So they definitely feel insecure if your feelings are genuine. They also feel insecure about how you see them. Do you see them as someone who can be the person for you, can be the one? Do you see them as a powerful person, as someone who can make you happy? Okay, so they're feeling a lot of doubt around that, um, about your feelings, because they just had to go through so much just to be with you. Okay. um and I feel like it seems like you had every right to put them through tests, or like kind of take your time when it comes to reconnecting with them, or or when it comes to a new connection, you take your time when you get to know a person. You're not in a rush, and your person takes it as a sign that maybe you're doubting them. Okay, so if that's not the case, you can communicate that to your person like, look, I just need more time than usual, okay? I'm someone who takes their time when I get to know a person, or I need to make sure that I'm ready and I'm sure about you. Okay? So if you could just communicate that to your person, that would be great. And 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 your person just loves how graceful you are. And they love the fact that you don't get involved with too much drama. You're kind of staying to yourself. You know exactly what you're looking for. You're very like determined about your future. I see some of you are, career type of person. You're focusing on your business or you're focusing on yourself. So, like a relationship is an afterthought for you. Um, and someone really has to work hard to earn your attention and to earn your time. And your person realizes that. And I think, they have they're definitely doing their own part in this connection, and they're making sure that they work hard on themselves, they work hard on their personality, they get their life together. Um, that they understand that they have to also, make a lot of initiative to be with you and etc. And I also see a person, they're willing to give you that time. They're willing to kind of convince you almost that they are the one, okay? And I think what's happening in this situation is that the two of you, your person and you, are like the polar opposite. The lifestyle doesn't seem to align. Um, you know, your way of thinking or your way of being, your group of friends are totally different. So it seems like the both of you are from two different worlds, okay? But somehow you connect and somehow you get each other. And that's what makes this connection so beautiful. And a lot of times what happens is we wonder if someone who is so different from us, are they really able to be a part of my life? Are they able to make me happy? Are they going to be able to get along with my family and my friends and etc.? So I do see that your friends are telling you, or your family are telling you, that this is not the person for you. So this third party situation is coming from an outside influence from your friends and family. Okay, you're being kind of like bombarded by opinions of others and the expectations of others. Um, Even if they might not tell you like directly, you could still feel there's like tension. If you bring your person around your circle, right? Your circle of friends, or your family, there's few people who are really dear to you, kind of, being standoffish, or they're not as accepting of your person as you would like them to be. And this is making you, kind of doubt your decision, and your choice of your person. And I also see that for some of you, this family or this friend is telling you like, is are you sure if this is the right person for you? Maybe your person is not like making enough money, or they have like hobbies that are not socially acceptable, right? Or there's something that's traditionally that you will go for and that your family and friends would want you to have, is the opposite. Okay, this is not the typical person that you would go for, and your family and the friends are interfering. And this is really unnecessary, because you can definitely trust your own gut and trust your own instinct. Okay? And you don't have to always listen to family and friends. Okay? If he's a good enough, or he or she, if this person is a good enough person for you, where you feel happy, where you feel prioritized, where you feel taken care of, where you feel like you're actually growing in this relationship, you're learning about yourself, you're learning about life, you're having a good time. Sometimes some people are just here for a good time, and don't feel guilty about that. Even if your family and friends don't see a future between the two of you, that's okay. They're not living your life. You're living your life. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to, experience. You're allowed to see people who may not align, or you think may not align with you. You're allowed to explore. You're allowed to be curious and open minded. All right, so I see like this person is definitely like, and your family and your friends are telling you, oh, this person is going to break your heart. They're, they were a player in their previous relationship. Oh, I know about this person, There's just a lot of like rumors, and there's a lot of like just words that are coming at you. And this is a good time for you to stop the outside noise and focus on what makes you happy. And once again, like, you will know the connection that you need to have, or that works for you. Because if you don't try something, if you don't step outside of your comfort zone, because you've always been in your comfort zone, right? Um, and it feels safe and it feels familiar, and that's all great things. But sometimes if you're able to step out of your comfort zone, and you're able to connect with someone who may not be the perfect picture of a person that you thought you need to have in your life, that's a great way to expand your horizons. And that's how you grow as a person. And that's how new opportunities come your way. And there's so much to love, than just having a picture perfect relationship with a picture perfect person. All right. Um, so definitely going against the grain is the situation here. And this is also like a wake up call for you to realize that you have followed in your parents' footsteps, or you have always, before you made a decision, you would always ask your friends, what do you think, I should do? What do you think? Do you like the person that I'm with? Like, what? So this is a time for you to stop doing that. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. What matters is how you feel about your person. So the third party situation, sometimes what happens is family and friends influence us in ways that are actually harmful. And I know they're trying to help, But this is like for you to say to your family and your friends who are not honoring your choice. You have made a choice, you have made a decision to be with this person, and they're being disrespectful by not making you or allowing you to have that choice. So you also need to, let them know, like, this is my choice, this is my decision, this is who is close to my heart, this is what I decide to do with my life. You have a no say in this. And another thing is, like, whenever you want to do something in your life or whenever you make a decision, you don't necessarily need to run to your family and friends to get their approval. I know sometimes we want to hear other people's opinions, but I think in your choice, you need to do less of that. Okay? Definitely do less of that. So, the advice that I have in this connection, and I think I've given you plenty of advice, but just to sum it up, continue taking your time when you're getting to know someone and you are carving your own path. You're a trailblazer. You're someone who goes against the grain. You're someone who breaks curses, generational curses, family curses. You're someone who speaks the truth. And because you love your family and friends so much, and because you know the type of person you are is someone who's honest, you expect other people to want the best for you because you are someone who wants the best for other people. But unfortunately, other people are not like you, and other people don't have the best intentions. Just because you're someone who's pure and sincere and kind, it doesn't mean that other people have the same intentions, even though there are family and friends. Okay, so you need to make sure you vet people, and really, continue standing in your power, and just how strong and powerful you are. Um, and it's your own life, and you can build it any way you want to. Okay. So that is pretty much it, guys. I just completed pile number 3. Let me just read some of the comments. I saw someone say the pile number 3 resonates. MTH, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'm staying in it forever. Okay, Richard. Guys, I appreciate you all so much. Let me know if all of the piles or the pile that have you've chosen resonates. And I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay. Why am I seeing 555 most times? So 555 is new beginnings. And right now is the springtime. And springtime always means new beginnings, fresh beginnings. It gives you like a sense of new hope, right? So it's like rejuvenation. So really what's happening, you're going through rejuvenation in your life. This could be like a new job, or this could be like just the way you feel, a new perspective about life. And springtime symbolizes that as well. When you see like the flowers are coming in, and the trees are blooming. So, and this could also mean like after a long time of feeling down or being in the dark, something is coming to light, or something is being born again inside of you or inside of your life. Okay, so those are great, great signs. All right, guys. Well, I had so much fun with you guys. I appreciate each and one of you. I will see you next time. I'm going to wrap this up. Wish you a good day, and until next time, bye.